heard La Ultima Pasión from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I know this is crazy, but this composer, Tom Holkenborg, I think I pronounced that right, famous film composer, and he did the music for apparently Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And anyway, a student brought this to me, and I thought this would be a great piece for any aspiring Spanish guitarist who wants to get into flamenco eventually or not, but you just like that sound. So this has lots of great material, and we're going to go through it step by step. So get ready, get your guitars ready to go, and we will go through this piece, okay? All right. Oh, first, like and subscribe, and I am going to do a part 2 because now this leads in. You can really hear that it leads in that last final A minor, and there will be a part 2. I'll put a link in the description as soon as it comes out, but you will know faster if you like and subscribe. So we got to learn 3 chords first. A minor. All right. We got the A minor chord. Hopefully you know what that is. We got second finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, third finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, pointer finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. It's a 5-string chord. All right. We have a D minor chord, which I think of the D minor, it's really easy. I believe it's really easy to see it this way. Just bring this A minor shape down towards the floor, 1 string set. So it's on the highest 3 strings in pitch. Now just bring your 3rd finger out to the 2nd string, 3rd fret. So it's basically the same shape. You just got to reach out a little bit with your 3rd finger. Okay? This is due to how the guitar is tuned. But this is a D minor, and it's a 4-string chord. Guitar's a little out of tune. I should have tuned it a little bit better. Anyway, and then we have the A minor chord shape again, but now we're going to bring it to the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings and E major chord. All right. So those are the 3 chords. There are going to be variations on this, but those are the 3 you need. All right. So I do have tab for all my Patreon subscribers, so check that out if you want tab for this. And we're going to go now. I want to point out that this is a fantastic, I have a lesson, I'll leave a link in the description about how to practice scales, and this fits this perfectly. This all comes from an A harmonic minor scale, for the most part, or an A natural minor as well, and then which is also an E Phrygian dominant, which I have lots of lessons on those. I can leave them in the description, but just search my channel for that, okay? So, all right, so we have this beginning part. We start on an E major chord, okay? So now we'll go step by step through the whole piece, okay? Through what I played in the beginning, okay? We do an E, we're just gonna strum down and up. I'm strumming down with these 3 fingers as one kind of unit, and then the up is with my thumb. The actual recording has 2 guitars, so we're kind of doing this as one guitar. It's not going to sound quite as clean and have the cool effect of having this ring over the top of the melody. So then we're going to go to the 1st string, 0, 1, 4, 4, 1, 0, and then when you hit that 0, you're going to do a hammer on and pull off from to the 1 and back off to the 0. Okay, so you go. Right? I am using a technique called picado that we do in flamenco, the index and middle constant alternation, and I'm doing rest strokes, which means they follow through onto the next string, okay? You do not have to do it that way. You can play this with a pick if you want, or any other way you want, okay? But that's how we would do this in flamenco, okay? Then you're going to play the 1-0 on the 1st string, 3-1 on the 2nd string, the 0 on the 2nd string, and then we go to the A minor. And you can hear that resolve. You can hear that melody first go from, then you have that 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, and then you hear it resolve to the A minor. Isn't that lovely? Now we're going to do this variation on the D minor. It's a sus, okay? So we're hitting 2 on the 3rd string, 3 on the 2nd string, 3 on the 1st string. I would recommend that you use your 3 little fingers like this, okay? I do this with a roll of these 3 fingers. So I put them all 3 on the strings, and I just go, okay? Again, you could use your thumb if you want, but I do that, okay? You can do any kind of variation you want, okay? But that's how I would recommend doing it, okay? So you go here, and then you're gonna go to the 1st fret of the 1st string, 0 of the 1st string, and then 2nd string 3, and now leave that 3rd finger there, and then play a D minor chord from the 4th string. Again, now we have this resolve, because we have the sus chord. It sounds so beautiful, okay? All right, and then we're gonna go on the 1st string, 2nd string 3. So 2nd string 3, and then 1st string 1, and then A minor, and then the 3rd fret, 1st fret, 2nd open of the 2nd string. 3, 1, and then that open is the E chord, okay? All right, so from the D sus, we're gonna go 1, 0, 3 on the 2nd string, D minor, play the 3 on the 2nd string, the 1 on the 1st string, A minor, and then 2nd string, 3, 1, and then we're gonna play the E. All right. Here in the actual tune, there's some violin, some orchestral stuff, and then we do this crazy fill, okay? So we could do it's based off of an E triad, but it's got an augmented 5th. Anyway, fancy stuff. It's cool because you just make the E minor shape, or A minor shape, but go on the 3rd string, 5th fret, the 2nd string, 5th fret, and the 1st string, 4th fret. All right, we're gonna do that same roll with index, middle ring, and we're on the 4th fret of the 1st string. You're gonna play 5, 7, 4. So you notice that I move to that picados after that 4. I go 5, 7, 4. Now we go up, we switch positions, play 7 hammer on 8, pull off to 7. 10 on the 2nd string, 7, 8, 10 on the 1st string. So, miss that. There we go. So that's kind of that phrase. Now you're going to go to the 2nd string 10, 1st string 7, 8, 7. 10, 8, 7. And that's a little quicker. Okay? And then the part 2 is going to come in, what I consider part 2, where they have the rhythm. So right now, in part 1, we're just going to resolve it back to A minor. All right, so we have the E strum. A minor, you hear that resolve. Then we go to the D sus. 0, 3, and then D minor, 3, 1, A minor, 3, 1, E. We do this fancy with the augmented 3rd or augmented 5th. So it's an augmented triad rather. So 5, 5, 4. And then resolve it to A minor. And that's great. That's like a little piece in and of itself, and then we'll address part 2 in another video that hopefully I will have out very soon. I think that this is such a beautifully composed piece, and illustrates really well how to practice scales and how to create melodies that work because of that voice leading, okay? So again, I'll link that video. You should watch that, check that out. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to join Patreon. This video is brought to you by all my Patreon subscribers. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you all. And lots of other great flamenco stuff here on this channel, so feel free to check it out. And also, there's all these techniques. I have a daily dozen book on an ebook that you can download for free. And the link will be underneath in the description. Of course, lots of stuff in that description. gotta check it out. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I wish you a wonderful day and good luck with all this. Let me know if you have any questions, and take care. Bye-bye.